Yo, Rocco B Scotty G, highly explicit NFL podcast. We're back, episode 27. Holy shit. We are here to talk about the Thursday night football game between the Washington football team and the New York Giants, and we're here to give you our week 2 picks against the spread. I'm Rocco B, coming to you from Louisville, Kentucky, and here's my boy in California, Scotty G.
How you doing?
Oh, man, Scotty. What a fucking game.
Dude, what a phenomenal game.
What a game. I mean, you're talking about we're coming off the Monday night game in Vegas, and that fucking game was amazing. And now you got this game on Thursday night, which the Thursday night games are usually fucking stinkers.
I was just going to say Thursday nights usually suck, and right now the NFL's off to a 2-0 start because both these Thursday nights have been phenomenal. They've been fucking tits.
I was shooting in my shorts over that, but one team had a win, and the team that won was a team that needs a name. And the Washington football team pulled it out, eked it out, 30-29.
Well, let's be real quick. The Giants won, and then the Washington team won. It was,
hey,
they both won at one point in the game.
I'm sorry. It's you got to play all 60 minutes, and don't
and then some apparently.
Don't get me started about what blew that game for the Giants. We will talk about that in a second. But I just want to say again, Thursday night games normally stinkers. They got to hopefully make this a fucking trend because there is nothing better than starting out your week on Thursday. Instead of Sunday, waiting all the way till Sunday at 1 o'clock. If we start the week like this on a Thursday night, oh, my God, all season, forget about it.
And I'll tell you what, I wasn't excited for this game at all. I wanted nothing to do with this game. I honestly, my only interest is the fact that I got a lot of family members that are Giants fans. Other than that, I had no interest in this game. And I should have because the NFC East is usually pretty competitive, but it really delivered. So I just want to leave it there and let's get into the game.
Now let's get into the game. I want you to tell me where we're going to start. Do you want to start with the New York Giants or do you want to start with the Washington football team?
I got to start with the Washington football team. I got to give credit where credit's due, but I also got to say I don't know how else to explain it except for the fact that Taylor Heineke, this motherfucker, like he looks on every level that he's not a good quarterback. He looks on every level that he's not an athlete. He looks on every level that he's trash, but he performs. He wins, and he gets the job done. So I don't know what to say. He doesn't flash off the screen. He doesn't do anything that makes me wow. It's like, I don't know. He's like one of the most boring quarterbacks, but he's doing what he needs to do. Some of his balls come out terrible too, but they get to where they got to go. So I don't really know what to say about this kid. He's getting the job done, but it's just, it doesn't look, I don't know. What do I say?
Well, that kid, Ricky Seals-Jones, that throw to him in the corner was pretty wow. But I'll say this.
That was a wow catch, though. Ricky Seals made a fantastic catch.
I agree, but the ball was where it was, and it was because, especially after a double clutch from Heineke. But you know who this fucking guy is? Do you know who this guy's going to be?
Who?
And this is why I was so fucking excited to watch this kid, even though he plays for Washington. This is why I was excited for this game last night. Taylor Heineke is the next Tony Romo.
Oh, my God. No way.
Think about it. They're both the same size. They both look unathletic. They both look unathletic. They both look like shit. They're both about the same size. They were both undrafted. Took them years and years to get in the fucking league and figure out, okay, now this guy can play. This kid makes it happen just like Romo did.
I think
he's going to be Romo.
I've always thought Romo was a little bit overrated sometimes by you and by some of our friends. But I got to give credit where credit's due. Romo, I thought, looked smooth out there. And Romo had...
It took time, though.
Romo had a cannon.
Yeah,
this
but
kid doesn't look like he's got a fucking cannon. He looks like he can't throw the ball that far.
Romo did have a great arm.
I'm not saying he can or can't, but I felt like Romo, when he threw the ball around, it looked smooth. This kid looks like it's... I don't know.
But you got to agree. They both look like shit. They both don't look like they should be there. But there's some type of magic to these undrafted fucking guys.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but he got the job done, man. And I feel like he always gets the job done.
It's unbelievable. Like, I really think this kid's going to do it. I remember the first year, 2006, when Romo came on the scene. Bledsoe got hurt. Bada boom, bada bing. He was in there. He's making plays. Fucking his jerseys were selling out. I remember getting his jersey fucking 2006. Heineke is going to be that way. Fitzpatrick gets hurt. Boom, he's in there, and here you go. He's not going to look back.
Tell me this, though, real quick. Tell me this, though. I feel like he's still on a short leash. And I could be wrong with that, but to me, it feels like he needs to win like 2 more games before I'm like, okay, this is his team. I still feel like if he shits the bed next week or shits the bed the week after that, it's going to be like, not to compare the quarterbacks, but last year, what's his name? Mitch Trubisky. Remember how when Mitch Trubisky went out, everyone was like, it was almost like you were just waiting for him to fuck up because you knew the second he did, they were going to yank him. That's what it feels like to me with Taylor Heineke, unless this kid can rattle off like 2 or 3 wins. And I'm not saying he can't, but I almost feel like he has to keep this starting job. Otherwise, they're going to go get someone, in my opinion. Does it feel like that to you or no?
I just don't know who else they have. I think they know what they have in Kyle Allen. I don't think they're going to go get a fucking Cam Newton or something like that.
I think they would. That's what I'm saying. I think
I don't
they go
think
Cam
so.
Newton, or what if they trade? You know what I could see? Ready for this? I think by week 3 or 4.
Oh no.
Maybe week 4.
Are we going to the massage table?
No.
Oh,
I
okay.
I don't think they would do that personally. I just think Washington's already had so much bullshit with their name. I don't think they want more controversy. So I don't think they go after Watson, in my opinion. But you know what I could see them doing by like week 4 or 5, if Heineke's not getting it done, I can see him throwing over some picks that it probably won't be that crazy, but throwing over some picks and going after old Jimmy G.
Aye, little garops.
Yeah, I
little
could see
garops
that.
at the deadline. Okay. I'm telling you, I think Heineke's got the fucking it factor. And I hate to see it in the division, but I think he's going to be like a Romo. It's going to be very interesting. Washington, to me, 2 weeks in a row, their third down defense sucked. I did not like what they did on third down. They couldn't get off the field against Herbert, and they couldn't get off the field in the important third downs with Daniel Jones, where he also should have had the rushing touchdown where they called the holding on board on the outside, which was a iffy fucking call. But if the Giants were a little bit more competent, they'd be just as bad as the Chargers as they did in the first game.
Real quick, too, where the fuck is this sack record that Chase Young's going for? Because I haven't seen Chase Young and that defense and that D-line do shit in 2 weeks now.
I think
Are you
they're
kidding me?
a little overrated. I really do.
And
Jonathan Allen's nasty.
Real quick, too. I respect the Chargers a little bit more offensive line, but this Giants offensive line I don't respect at all, and they lost their fucking center. How the fuck do you not hit Daniel Jones more? How?
I was watching that game, and Jonathan Allen was owning everything in the middle. Chase Young got his ass knocked down a bunch of times. Montez Sweat was almost nowhere to be seen except that one play of the reverse in the backfield. I don't know what's going on with them, So it was very interesting to me. Speaking of that injury, so let's talk about the Giants.
Yeah, did you see that injury?
Oh my God, I saw it live. I had to rewind it. I'm like, did I just see what I thought I saw?
I was coming home from work, so I didn't see it live. But Dr. Tomas played the replay for me. And it looks gruesome.
Fucking disgusting. Yeah.
And look. This is another thing. Am I wrong on thinking this? I understand. Recently, we've had a lot of these injuries, but in the last like 20 years, I feel like there hasn't been a lot of like compound crazy fractures like this. Is that just me? Am I just like blocking it out, or am I right? Because I feel like it's been more the last like 3 years than I've seen like in 20.
You're not blocking it out for sure. There's been definitely more compound fractures in the past couple of years than there has been. Everyone used to talk about Joe Theismann and all that, but really since then there wasn't a ton of compound fractures. I want to bring up a big point here. I think there's something going on with this field. There's something going on in Washington
with the Washington field. Oh,
with the field.
We were talking about that. You see how many guys kept falling?
Can we go into real quick how many nasty leg injuries that this field has seen in the past 10 years? Let's go back, shall we? Nick Gates just fucking had that gruesome ass fucking broken tibia and fibula. It was absolutely disgusting. Then you got, if you remember last year, Joe Burrow on the same fucking field.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? That was last year. Kyle Allen, the quarterback for the Redskins. Let's think about the other quarterback for the Redskins, Alex Smith. Shall we, with that disgusting ass injury? Oh, what about the quarterback before him? RG3. That's where he tore up all of his fucking knees in that fucking field. And then the big ACL, MCL tear for Adrian Peterson back in 2011. All that shit happened on that field. Tell me that there's not something going on with that fucking field.
No, you're 100% right. I didn't know that was all on the same field. But yeah, if that's the case, they for sure need to redo that field. Because that's something else I was noticing when I was watching the game. Did you see how many times Gibson and McKissick kept falling? They kept tripping.
There's something up with that field.
Everyone kept getting their feet stuck. Everyone kept like doing it. And I honestly, I didn't know what was going on, but I didn't think of what you're saying. I didn't realize it was that many injuries. But if that's the case, 100%. They've said the same shit about MetLife. MetLife field sucks.
Yeah.
They got to redo that fucking turf.
Yep.
They got to do the Washington field. I don't know what it is, if it's turf, grass, or whatever. I'm assuming
It's grass. It's grass.
Is it grass?
It's shit grass, and it's been for the past 10 years leg injuries, like on top of leg injuries. So
yeah, they got to turf it then.
something's gonna happen.
They got to do something. Yeah, that's not good. The NFL needs to get involved.
Absolutely agree, and I believe at some point the stadiums are going to be 100% artificial turf here soon. But man, I want to go into the Giants' offensive line. They lost Gates. And they brought in Billy Price, who was from the Bengals. They traded for him, first-round pick. He actually played okay.
He did shit, though, like in training camp. And did he play in week 1?
No, he didn't play in week 1, but he's going to be their center now for the rest of the season. And Jonathan Allen owned him in the beginning, and then he got his win towards the end of the game. Andrew Thomas, the number 4 pick last year, is absolutely terrible. He was getting owned all night. And another guy, to me, the guy who took his foot off the gas pedal, if you will, de-juiced Saquon Barkley, who used to be called Saquad. His calves are bigger than his quads now, and he's a lot slower. I think he's off the gas. I think his knee ain't right.
Oh, he's coming off an injury, bro. I mean, obviously, you're assuming he's on the gas, but if he wasn't on the gas, you're obviously going to lose some muscle definition when you're not fucking working out and doing your thing. I'm going to disagree with you real quick. I'm going to say I actually was impressed by what I saw because I wasn't expecting him even to be ready for this fucking week. I mean, it was a quick turnaround. He didn't look good. He looked like he wasn't ready for week 1. He looked like he was still injured. So the fact that he came out on a pitch count and looked the way he did, I mean, he got like, what did he get? Like fucking... Like 60 yards on but
he had that 41-yard burst. But I'm just telling you that you know we're talking about Saquon, the guy who just came out with a sneaker. Nike just came out with the Air Saquons.
He's coming off an injury though,
dude.
You got to give it a couple weeks before I start knocking this guy down.
His neck was bigger than his fucking body at Penn State. Look at pictures of him at Penn State in his first year in the league. Look at him now.
He might be juiced out of his mind. I'm not saying he isn't.
I'm not worried
anymore. But I'm not worried about that. My point being is, I didn't think he looked that bad. I was very actually satisfied with how he looked, and to me it was like, maybe another week or two, Saquon might be back full force.
We'll see. I think he's in the Zeke camp. I think him and Zeke have been carried out. I think they are.
I think Zeke's done. I don't think Saquon's done.
We'll see.
I think Saquon's injury prone. I don't think he's done though.
We'll see. But man, what about that drop in the end zone by Slayton? Awful. Absolutely terrible. And fucking Kenny Galladay and Daniel Jones spewing on the sidelines reminded me of fucking T.O. and McNabb. Do you see them fucking getting into it?
If you have Sterling Shepard in your fantasy league, don't play him next week. Because I don't know if you've noticed, he's been getting majority of the targets.
Yeah.
It's been him and then randomly Slayton and then randomly Galladay. But it was mostly Shepard. I don't know why. He loves this kid. He's just throwing him the ball a million times. But after that argument, you know what the argument was about? He wants the fucking ball.
He wants the ball.
What the argument is always about.
Absolutely.
Which means next game, he's going to force the ball to Galladay about 60 fucking times. So if you got Shepard or anybody else on that fucking squad, don't play him. If you got Galladay, you start this motherfucker next week because he's going to get a million fucking targets.
Well, if that's the case, then we see if Galladay's not a one-trick pony because I don't know. I still think that's the case.
I'm not super impressed with Galladay so far. But the other thing is too, I'm not really sold on Daniel Jones. So I can't tell if it's Galladay or Jones.
Yeah.
Because I think Jones he can't hold on to the ball. He doesn't look great. Honestly, this kid, and looking at him, and I know I'm judging a book by his cover because he looks like an Eli Manning, which you assume can't move.
Yeah.
But this kid is not Eli Manning. He plays better when he moves. When he's running and he becomes like a little mobile threat, this kid actually is better.
Do you know what they're calling him? They're calling him Vanilla Vic. That's what they're calling this kid. And I'm going to tell you what. To me,
He's quick.
Is faster than you would ever imagine. It's like you said, you got to get this kid running RPOs at least 10 times a game. Because Washington didn't know it was coming.
When he moves more, it kind of fucks with the defense a little bit more, and it kind of opens up shit for him and gives him a little more opportunity. Because when he's just throwing the ball around, I don't trust it. And
he can't.
The only problem is when he runs the ball, he's got to fucking tuck the ball because that's where he fumbles all the time.
Well, yeah, and as we've seen with Lamar, it's the same thing. You're going to run. You're going to be a 215, 220-pound quarterback that's tall and lanky that's trying to run the ball in front of all these fucking backers and D linemen. It ain't going to happen. You're going to get the ball popped out more than likely. So you're right. He's got to tuck it away. But, man, he's got some speed. And let's see if Vanilla Vic catches on because that's interesting.
And then real quick, before we move on,
we don't want to move on because I got the big one, but go ahead.
Well, before you drop whatever you're going to drop on me, do you blame Homie for that loss? that penalty at the end? You blame that one guy for it?
Do I blame Dexter Lawrence?
Yeah, whatever the fucking
No,
guy's name is.
no. I blame this fucking guy. I blame Joe Judge. I blame the fucking coach. Let's just real quick, okay? Let's just think about who this guy is. Who's Joe Judge? Joe Judge came over from the Patriots. What did he do? What did he coach? Coach fucking
Wide
special
receivers?
teams.
Oh, I thought he was wide receivers.
No, he coached special teams. He was a special teams fucking coach. He got hired by the Giants as a special teams coach.
Wait. John Harbaugh, special teams coach.
I get you.
Did you say that?
This fucking guy ain't fucking John Harbaugh. This guy, number one, in game one, threw a fucking challenge flag on a touchdown, which results in a fucking loss of a timeout. Everybody fucking knows that. Number two,
that was embarrassing.
Number two, in this game, he is arguing with refs. Fucking, he looks like a fucking college. He looks like an idiot. He looks like he's completely lost, out of his fucking mind. This guy is a special teams guy, and his special teams blew this game.
He was kind of crazy on the sideline. I was expecting Robert Saleh to kind of have moments where he had to, because he used to do that in fucking San Fran all the time. They used to have a guy literally pull him off. And I expected that, and he was calm and collected for week one. Joe Judge, I know it's week 2, but Joe Judge was not cool, calm, collected. He was pissed at everything. Yeah. Sometimes he had some valid points. There was one time there was like a pass interference that wasn't called, and I was with Joe Judge. I was like, man, I'd be pissed too. But he's acting nuts, man, like throwing shit, like going nuts. To me, that's not the end all be all. That's not a reason to dislike him or to say he's a bad coach. But I get what more people are saying, like you and Dr. Tomas, how you dislike him. There are some questionable things he's doing that I'm like, oh, maybe you're not as good as a coach as I was trying to think you were.
More of this shit's coming out, and we're seeing more of it. Because I didn't hate him to start, the year, but I really think the more I watch, Jason Garrett's going to be coaching that team next year. And it's just I can't wait to see it, but I just think it's pretty obvious at this point. This guy has no idea what he's doing.
Personally, I'm going to be on my honest opinion. I think if Jason Garrett coached that team, it's going to be this year. I don't think John Mara, or whatever the fuck his name is going to fire a coach mid-season. The Giants are a pretty well-ran organization, and they don't like doing shit like that. I'm not saying it can't happen, but I don't see that happening. No. But I have a feeling if this goes the wrong way and they don't make the playoffs and they look like shit and blah, 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 I don't think Garrett's going to have a chance because I think they're going to clean house. I think everybody's going to be gone.
You're exactly
so
right.
I think the only chance of Garrett being the coach of the Giants is if he is mid-season brought in as like the fill-in dude.
I think he's going to go. I think the more I'm seeing now, I think if they are something like a 1-6 or a 2-8 or some shit, and they're going to start losing their players, I think they're going to get rid of him because I think Garrett can take over. He can show them, okay, how do they finish the season? And then Gettleman's gone at the end of the season. And I can see, like you said, them cleaning house. But Garrett's such a fucking yes man that he can win over in an interview. So who knows? But, yeah, I think Judge is definitely on borrowed time here. All right, baby. So that's Washington. That gives them their first win. That starts off week 2 with a fucking bang. Now, oh, yeah. Let's get into the rest of the 15 games on a schedule. Oh, Scotty, we start off with this one, man. And this one may be the toughest one on the fucking board. We go to Carolina, to the Bank of America Stadium, and we got Sammy D hosting the New Orleans Saints and Jameis fucking Winston. They got New Orleans as a 3.5-point favorite in Carolina, even though they have 3 big studs out and Marshawn Lattimore questionable. Marcus Davenport, Quan Alexander, and center Eric McCoy are all gone for the game, plus 7 assistant coaches. For the Saints, Scotty, I'm going to let you lead it off. Who do you got?
I got Carolina winning this game. Yeah, I know. This was a tough game for me, but like I said to you off the air, I don't know what to think of New Orleans yet. I think it's too early. It's like week 4 before you really start knowing these fucking teams. And just going off of, I'm not going to like put all my eggs in the Jameis Winston basket just yet. I like the kid, but I think Carolina's an overall solid team, and New Orleans still, to me, has a couple question marks. And it really didn't sit well with me that he had 5 touchdowns, but only 148 yards or whatever the fuck it was. Mm-hmm. To me, that doesn't sit well. And it was against a Packers team that not only doesn't have a great defense, at least especially secondary, but Rodgers was not like he was one of the worst quarterbacks in the league last week. Let's be real. He played awful, and I don't think you're going to get that from the Carolina Panthers. So with the combination of the two, and the Carolina Panthers, I'm not just saying this just because they beat up on the Jets. I think they might be a little underrated of a defense. They looked pretty fucking good, man.
Yeah.
And with that all combining, I just feel like the New Orleans might take a step back this week. That's my opinion on it.
I don't understand where this fucking narrative is coming that Carolina has a shitty defense. I don't, they used, I think, the past 12 picks out of like 16, their past 2 drafts on defense. I don't see that at all. I like their defense. I think Winston is for real, and I think he's going to prove it. But I will take Carolina to cover because of the injuries that the Saints have and because of the fact they're still living out of fucking hotels. They haven't been home yet.
I got New Orleans winning?
Carolina in the points, but I think the Saints are going to win the game straight up. Okay, we go to number 2. This one, people think it's pretty obvious, but I'm going to give you a reason why I don't think it's obvious. We got the Houston Texans coming off a big win against the Jaguars going to Cleveland, where the Browns come off that tough loss to Kansas City. Cleveland is favored by 13 points at home against the Houston Texans. Rocco B is taking the Houston Texans.
To win? You're taking them to win?
No, I'm taking the points. I'm taking Houston and the points. I don't think Cleveland will cover. I think this is the Tyrod Taylor revenge game. This is where Tyrod Taylor comes in. He was in Cleveland 2018 when Baker took over after he got a concussion. I think he's going to show them that at least he's got a little something left in the basement. I don't think it's enough for a win. I think Cleveland, of course, is the better team. But 13 points is too much for my blood. I'm taking the Houston Texans on the road and the running game.
I'm taking Cleveland to win, but Houston to cover.
Okay, we're in the same boat.
We're in the same boat, and I'm not only going off of – I wasn't even thinking about the Tyrod Taylor because he's played for like 17 teams, so he's got a million revenge games.
But this is the big one,
I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking about the fact that, like I was telling you, the fact that Cleveland just played Kansas City, which statistically you cover more ground on these receivers or these cornerbacks cover more ground. They get exhausted covering Tyreek Hill, Mecole Hardman.
So
Travis
is this the game you were talking about? You're talking about the team who plays Kansas City.
Yes, I'm telling you right now. Whoever plays Kansas City the next week, and we haven't been able to see it yet because it's only week 2. But in the past 2 years, it's been a trend that you always take the over because it's going to be a high-scoring game because Cleveland's secondary is going to be trash because they're going to be exhausted. Mm-hmm. And with that being said, I think Houston will keep it close, but Houston will lose. So they'll lose probably by like 6 or 7, but not fucking 13.
Okay. All right. The over-under is 48. So you're saying that you think it's going to be over 48. Okay. I'm going to keep that as a note. I like that. I didn't think we were going to be on the same page there. Let's go to the third game at the 1 o'clock spots. Let's go to my Cincinnati Bengals. Heading to Chicago to Soldier Field to play the Andy Dalton red fucking pea shooter ass Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears are favored by 2 points. I don't see it. I think Cincinnati wins this game outright.
Oh, yeah, I'm disagreeing with you. We're going to disagree on Bengals all year long unless it's like week 6 and they're like 6-0 and Joe Burrow's just fucking swinging his big dick around.
And you're going to be wrong all year long.
Fuck shit. I'm taking Chicago Bears to win and cover.
Okay.
I'm also calling a Justin Fields sighting.
Oh, hello. Now you're talking about a little bit more of a sighting than he was against the Rams?
Yeah, I'm talking about start like some point in the second and the third quarter.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right. That would be a great game, Joey Burrow versus Fields. I'll take that. Here's where I think we could see one of our bigger blowouts of the week. I think you're going to say, okay, we just came off that Monday night game. Everybody's fucking shooting in their shorts for the Raiders and Carr and Gruden and Waller. You got the Las Vegas Raiders heading over to Pittsburgh to Heinz Field to play the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are favored by 6.5 points. Vegas has their starting guard, Denzel Good, out, and their starting running back, Josh Jacobs, out. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers win this by double digits.
I'm with you. I'm taking Pittsburgh to win and cover. I mean, these fucking Vegas cats, they went out and fucking partied their ass off. They went to the fucking Bunny Ranch and wherever the fuck else they went to and had a fucking fantastic time. But the problem is they forgot they got to get ready for the next fucking game, and it's Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh's no joke. And, I think it's they're fucked. And they're going from West Coast to East Coast. I don't like that.
Too many things that are going against Vegas here. I think it would be a real shock if Gruden and the boys would come out and
I'm not going to go double digits, but I'll say like 7 to 9.
Yeah, I think Pittsburgh's going to have their way with this team, and it might get ugly. All right, now here's a tough one. We
Real
got
tough.
we got a
Real
division
tough.
game, ladies and gentlemen. We got a team in the Buffalo Bills that normally owns the Miami Dolphins with when Josh Allen's the quarterback. Buffalo goes to Miami as 3.5-point favorites. Miami coming off that big win in Foxborough, and Buffalo coming off the loss, of course, at home to Pittsburgh. Buffalo by 3.5. Miami is going to be without Will Fuller. Who do you got?
Oh, Will Fuller's missing. That's strange.
Yes, shocking.
Oh, weird. I don't know. Probably has nothing to do with it either.
Personal problems. He had trouble eating this week. But go ahead.
So here's my philosophy on it. I have the Buffalo Bills making the playoffs as a wild card. So it doesn't really matter with this game, but I'm just going to say this. Buffalo goes down to Miami. It's still it's September. It's still hot.
Yep.
It's going to be humid. So I'm taking Miami to win outright. And the way I'm looking at it is I think everyone's going to hit the panic button. Everyone's going to freak out. Buffalo's going, the humidity in Miami, it's September. It's still hot. And I think everyone's going to freak out and say, oh, Buffalo's 0-2. They're done. And I don't think Buffalo's done. I think Buffalo still makes the playoffs, but I think it's just going to be a rough start, and people are going to freak out. And I'm not freaking out for them. I don't want them to do well. I don't like Buffalo, but I don't like Miami either. But I think Miami wins outright and puts Buffalo in a little bit of a scare here.
Yeah, and Miami's your fucking division pick. Before the season started, you picked Miami to win that division and Buffalo to be the wild card. I'm going to go completely reverse. I think Buffalo wins the game and covers. I think Buffalo wins by more than 3.5, and because Josh Allen owns this team. And I think the only shot that Miami had last year against Buffalo was the game that Fitzpatrick played. So Tua's playing. They killed Tua by 26 points last year when they played. I'm going to take Buffalo to rebound and take advantage of our boy Tua. And now here's the game. Here's another blowout potential. I love this matchup. The Los Angeles Rams and everybody shooting the shorts for Matt Stafford heading to Indianapolis to face the guy everyone shot in their shorts about 3 years ago, Carson Wentz. The Rams are favored in this game by 4 points. Xavier Rhodes, big corner for the Indianapolis Colts, is out. He will not be playing. Who knows what's going on with Indy? They got about 6 or 7 questionable guys, including Quentin Nelson. Imagine if he doesn't play or if he's banged up against Aaron Donald. Watch out. I take the Rams in a blowout.
Same. I'm taking Rams to win.
Okay. So we're taking the Rams to blow out. And here's the thing, Scotty.
And blowout. I'm taking them to cover at least.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to blow them out.
Okay. More than 4. We all saw last week Seattle came into Indy and owned their asses, beat them by double digits. Just imagine what that Rams offense can do and then what that Rams defense is going to do to Carson Wentz. Here's a funny thing, though, Scotty. I'm going to give you a little bit of credit here for the Rams. So I looked up their schedule, and I really think that we're underestimating the Rams, and there's one reason, an interesting reason why. 12 out of their 17 games are indoors.
Damn.
Where did Stafford come from?
Indoors?
Indoors. He loves the indoors. 12 out of 17 of their fucking games are indoors. That's insane. So he's just going to be indoors, throwing the fucking ball around, not worrying about weather, all that other shit. LA may be a force to be reckoned with if Stafford's the real deal. Now, let's get to a team that I think has the real deal at quarterback, and that's the Philadelphia Eagles. We go San Fran. The San Francisco 49ers are 3-point favorites.
This is a tough game, man.
In
this is a tough
Philly.
Game to pick.
Okay, they're coming to Philly. You got Garoppolo and Lance. Are they going to do the fucking little 1-2-1-2 that they've been doing? Who knows what you got in Detroit? Basically blowing them out for 3.5 quarters. San Fran coming into Philly, but they are banged up. Philly's really healthy. San Fran's got Dre Greenlaw out. Mostert's gone. Fucking Verrett's gone. Emmanuel Mosley's gone. And the Eagles are healthy. I'm going to go nuts. I hate it. I'm taking my boy Jalen Hurts and the Eagles to win this game outright at home.
Yeah, I had a tough time with this one, but I got to go with my gut. My gut tells me San Fran wins and covers.
San Fran is going to cover the 3, he says. Give me the biggest reason why.
I don't know. I just trust San Francisco more.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
At this point, I don't know if I can trust what I saw against Atlanta. I don't know if Atlanta's the real deal. I don't know how. I know Atlanta's defense is shit. I think San Fran's front 7 is great. I know their secondary is not great, but I know their front 7 is great. I really don't buy into the fact that right now, like if you look on like fantasy and shit, they're saying San Fran's like the worst, like the best team to run against. I don't buy that.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of things that, like, I don't think they're going to miss a beat running they lost Mozart. I don't think they're going to miss a beat with fucking this Eli and fucking Eli Mitchell and Trey Sermon. I don't think they're going to miss a beat.
Okay.
I don't know, man. We didn't even really get a lot of Kittle last game. I mean,
this
we'll
pick,
see.
I'm just telling you, my pick is basically all in on Jalen Hurts. And I think that they're home.
And I think it's a fair statement, too, because you also got potentially Trey Lance throwing the ball, and he's going against like a Darius Slay, who's a fucking stud. He could have some problems if they incorporate him more than they have last game, or even just as much, because they were using him in once they got in the red zone or in certain third down situations. So I don't know. This was a tough game for me to pick, but if I had to, I got to go San Fran.
Yeah, and I just don't believe in Jimmy G, so we will see. But all right, so we're different there. Let's go to this fucking shit game. You got Denver. The Denver Broncos are 6-point favorites going into Duval into Jacksonville to play the Jaguars and fucking Urban Meyer's spinning head. I'm taking Denver. I'm not taking Jacksonville all year, bro. I can't do it. Even though Bradley Chubb may not play for the second game in a row, I cannot take the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I personally think you're crazy if you take any rookie quarterback this year against Denver's fucking secondary.
Yes.
I'm not doing it. So I'm taking Denver, and I'm taking them to cover.
Okay. We are both on the same page there. Now, oh, baby, here's your game, Scotty. Big Balls Belichick is walking into MetLife to play Stud Muffin Saleh, and the Patriots are 6-point favorites at the Zachy Dub-led Jets. Kyle Van Noy's out for the Patriots. The Jets, of course, we all know the bevy of injuries they have. And we all know the way that Mr. Big Balls plays against rookie quarterbacks. I hate to do this to you. This almost seems fairly obvious. You got to take the Patriots to cover the 6 at MetLife.
So, half agreeing with you. I'm taking New England to win, but I'm taking the Jets to cover.
All right.
And the reason being is, one, people underestimate. I don't blame people for not seeing this because I'm a Jet fan and there's no reason to watch the Jets if you're not, because people don't like the fucking Jets and they haven't been good for a long time. But I've seen years where the Jets were literally the worst team in the fucking league, and the Patriots won the Super Bowl that year, and the Jets either won or gave the Patriots problems.
Absolutely.
Because that's the division rival.
Yeah.
So that alone, the fact that it's like a 6-point fucking spread already makes me nervous. On top of it, Bill Belichick, I agree with you. He's phenomenal against rookie quarterbacks. He's only lost to, I believe it's 6 rookie quarterbacks in his career, which he's been a head coach for a while, so that's incredible. But, what people forget to mention is during that time where he's beaten every rookie quarterback besides the 6 that beat him, he's had 90% of the time, he's had Tom Brady as his fucking quarterback. And I think it's going to be a little different because Tom Brady ain't going to make a mistake. So you know the rookie's going to make a mistake, and Tom Brady ain't. So that makes a huge advantage for you. When you also have a rookie quarterback, Zach Wilson could throw an interception, and the next series, fucking Mac Jones could throw an interception, and it don't matter. It's squashed. So I'm not going to put as much emphasis in the fact that Bill is great against rookies when he has a rookie quarterback. So because of that, I still don't believe the Jets win. I'm still taking New England, but I'm going to put a little faith in them that they lose by 3 or 4 instead of 6. I did this last week, though, and I fucking was wrong, so we'll see.
Well, let's see. I completely agree with you with the fact that, of course, Brady's not there and Mac Jones is a rookie himself. But I think Zachy Dub's head's going to be spinning. He's going to have no idea what the fuck Big Balls is going to throw at him. I don't think
that's his new name. Big Balls.
I'm telling you, the rest of the year. I don't think Mac Jones is going to make enough mistakes for the Jets to be back in the game. I love what I saw out of Zachy Dub and Corey Davis at the end of that game against Carolina. But New England doesn't fuck around, and maybe later in the season when you guys go to Foxborough, maybe you can cover there, but not this time. All right, here we go, and I hate to do it, but not this time. Oh boy, dude, I see people jumping off the train right now in my mind. The Minnesota Vikings and conservative Cousins head over to Arizona to play the Cardinals. The Cardinals are 4-point faves at home. The Vikings are still missing Anthony Barr, their standout linebacker, and Christian Darrisaw, their first-round offensive tackle. And now Everson Griffin, since he didn't want to hit a deer in the middle of the road, he got a concussion and he's out. So, let's see. What are we going to do here? Kyler Murray, future MVP, or conservative Cousins? This is going to be Cardinals by 11, I call. Cardinals will win and cover.
I'm with you. We don't even need to talk much about this, but I will say I think the line moved to 3.5. But with that being said, I'm with you 100%. I'm taking Cardinals.
Okay. So we'll see. This is, Minnesota goes 0-2, and the thing that you had said earlier in a pod or two behind about Mike Zimmer might be coming true. Minnesota gets off to a bad start. I can see him getting canned for sure.
100%.
Here we go. This is the big spread of the week that I think I'm going to go with. Atlanta and that Arthur Smith-led team that didn't know what the fuck they were doing week 1 against Philly goes into the Super Bowl champion territory of Tampa Bay and Tommy Brady and the rest of his 22 starters. Tampa Bay's favored by 13. They had the extra rest from the Thursday night game week 1. I'll take Tampa Bay minus 13.
Damn. I'm taking Tampa Bay to win, but I'm taking Atlanta to cover.
Okay.
Here, and I'm also going to say this real quick. I believe this game we will have a Kyle Trask sighting. I think what's going to happen is they're going to be so far ahead at some point. They're going to start playing backups, and then Atlanta's going to get back in the game, and they're going to end up like beating them by like 10.
Okay, good.
Instead of like 16.
I thought you were calling a Brady injury.
No,
okay.
no. I'm calling a blowout that turns into backups that allows the other team to somehow get back into the game.
Okay.
And it just fucks Vegas, basically.
Okay. Well, we'll see, and that's we will see, because I know Arians is fucking super aggressive, and so is Brady. But if they end up doing that, we'll see. But Atlanta, I just have not seen anything, and I don't think I'm going to see anything. So got to stick with Tampa Bay there. Here's a tough game, Scotty. This is probably the second toughest to me this week. You got Tennessee coming off a huge fucking embarrassment at home against Arizona last week, where they got fucking just absolutely rocked. And they're going to go into one of the toughest places to play, Seattle. The Seahawks haven't had a fucking home crowd. They haven't had the 12s there in over a year. Those people are going to be fucking rabid, and they're going to want to shit on everybody that has a gray and blue uniform on. So it's tough. Seattle right now is favored by 6.5. Oh, it's tough for me, Scotty, but I just don't see it with Tennessee yet. They got a bunch of injuries as well. My boy Russ had his best friend, his life coach essentially, pass away this week. He's going to be extra charged up. I'm going to take the Seahawks minus 6.5.
I'm taking Seahawks, but I'm taking Tennessee to cover. Okay. I think they're going to have some fight in them because they got their ass kicked last week. I just don't think it's going to be enough to beat Russ, and I hate to say that.
All right, Scotty boy, I can't wait to hear your fucking analysis on my game here. We got the Dallas Cowboys coming off that unbelievably fantastic loss in Game 1 on the Thursday night to Tampa Bay, and they are going to SoFi Stadium in L.A. to play the Chargers and that stud muffin Justin Herbert. The Chargers are favored by 3. Dallas has absolute fucking miserable time staying healthy this week. They don't have their both starting defensive ends. Randy Gregory's out with COVID. DeMarcus Lawrence broke his foot. He's out for 2 months. Lael Collins, that piece of shit, is suspended for 5 games. Ty and Secchi, their backup, basically their 6th man, is out because of heat exhaustion. He's gone. And Michael Gallup's out for 5 weeks. So I'm not really super happy about that. The Chargers have a couple injuries. They got Brian Bulaga, their fucking right tackle's out, and Chris Harris Jr., their corner, is out. But that'll just insert Asante Samuel, who's a better player, in my opinion. I'm taking the Chargers minus 3, Scotty.
For those who don't know, I'm a Jets fan. I'm a Mets fan. I'm a Nets fan. And recently, it's sad to say I'm a Devils fan. Used to be a great thing to say. Now it's a sad thing to say.
I know, unfortunately.
With all that, you talk about this Tampa Bay-Dallas game. Everyone does. They talk about it like it's a moral victory that it ended the way it did. Moral victory. That they stuck with the old Super Bowl champs here. They fucking brought them down to the wire. They had a chance to win. Fantastic game. Unreal. Prime time. You know what I realized being a Mets, Jets, Nets, Devils fan? Moral victories doesn't make you any better.
Don't mean shit.
You can still be a shitty team. You can still suck all year and have a few moral victories. With that being said, I'm taking the Chargers to win. They're gonna cover.
Yep, they'll cover.
They're gonna cover.
Yep. I'm with you. I mean, I think this would be a whole different ball game, Scotty. I think Dallas would have super duper fucking
Super duper.
underdog upset potential if they were fully staffed or if they had one or two of these injuries. They're just not. They don't have the team. The team is not there. It's going to be all on Prescott's shoulders again. They're going to throw 60 fucking times because they're not going to stop Herbert.
How long is DeMarcus Lawrence out, by the way?
2 months. 2 months. 8 fucking games.
Fucked.
I know. So, it's just it's a damn shame. Somebody's got to step up.
You might as well fucking say Zeke's out too. He's not showing up. Fucking Tony Pollard might as well start the fucking game.
So we'll see. But like I said, if we had a full staff, it'd be upset city. But it ain't gonna happen. I think Herbert's it's gonna be a fucking air show, and Herbert's gonna be the last one to laugh here. So Dallas goes 0-2, but then they got a weak schedule the rest of the fucking year for the most part. So we'll see. Here is my probably best bet of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take the Kansas City Chiefs -4 in Baltimore on Sunday Night Football without Michaels and Chris Collinsworth. We are going to see this fucking Ravens team with probably some of the Baltimore's best high school fucking players playing that night because they are so riddled with injury, unfortunately. And Kansas City's as healthy as a fucking ox. Kansas City's going to come in there and fucking crush them. And the questions are going to be fucking asked about Lamar Jackson. It'll be 0-5 against the fucking Chiefs. They're going to be asking, why can he do it? Is he the guy? Should we pay him? What the fuck? Is he just running a quarterback? What is he doing? Can he throw? Can he win? He won MVP, but where the fuck's he done late for us lately? It's going to be bad. It's going to be a fucking shit show. The Chiefs are going to throw all over them. Chiefs by 4 minimum in Baltimore Sunday night.
I'm taking the Chiefs to win, but I don't know if I feel comfortable saying the Chiefs are going to cover, though. These guys, every time they match up, they're close fucking games, man. It's not like no matter what, it's not like Lamar's getting blown out by the
If I'm trying to convince you of anything, and I don't want to try to change your pick, but Baltimore's fucking ravaged, man. They're mangled. They are mangled, and they're going to get embarrassed.
I'll roll with you on this week. I'll say Kansas City covers.
And let's put it this way. If Kansas City doesn't cover, then there's something wrong with them because they will never get a Baltimore team, or really any team, to be honest. Baltimore's the most fucking ravaged team in the league. They will never get a team that's or missing a lot of their fucking playmakers all over the field. If Kansas City can't beat them like shit on Sunday night, then maybe my fucking curse is real. Let's get to Monday night. Scotty, I want to hear yours first. I want to see if we're on the same page here. Monday night, they're going to try to keep up with the same gusto that we've had with our night games the first 2 weeks. Detroit. The Lions, Mr. fucking Lionhead himself, Danny Campbell, is going to bring his team to Lambeau Field with fucking fans in the stands for the first time in a long time to play the Green Bay Packers coming off that fucking awful loss to the Saints. With A-Raj, maybe he'll be back from California at some point in this game. But Green Bay is 11.5-point favorites against the Lions, the division rival at home at Lambeau. We got Zadarius Smith, the big pass rusher for the Packers, is out. And Jeff Okudah, the big corner for Detroit, is, of course, now out for the season with the torn Achilles. Scotty, who you got?
I got Green Bay to win, but I got Lions to cover.
Okay.
I don't like the 11.5. I think this could either be sit Aaron Rodgers fourth quarter if they're blowing them out, or it could just be the fact that it's a division game, and I don't see more than like 11 or 10. So I don't want to go 11.5. To me, it's a little too high.
That would be, like you said in the last pod, someone who is not going to really get on onto the ledge too much, not going to, put all of his eggs in a basket or not want to shoot all of his eggs in somebody. I got this funny feeling, Scotty. I got this
Rodgers
funny
goes
feeling.
Off?
No, the reverse. I got this funny feeling that Jamal Williams, who was an ex-Green Bay Packer,
You're crazy.
is going to have a nice game. He's going to have some nice intel on that team for Detroit. Jared Goff, who generally plays the Packers pretty damn well when he plays them, when he was with the Rams. I think Detroit showed you some fire, showed you some shit against San Fran. I think everybody's picking the Packers to win by fucking 25 because they're back to Lambeau and Rodgers is the shit and blah, blah, blah. This is 2021. I don't fucking leave anything to chance. I have a funny feeling that the fucking Lions shocked the world on Monday night. I think they come in there and Rodgers ain't the same. They don't run the ball like they did against New Orleans. And I think their fucking line is banged up. They're missing their best pass rusher now. I don't know, man. There's something in the air with Green Bay, and we thought it was going to be revenge tour all fucking year. I almost think it might be the reverse, but I think there's a great chance the Lions win this fucking game.
I know it's almost 8 p.m., so I'm not going to judge you because it's late enough. But you need to stop drinking today, okay? you gotta lay off whatever fucking whiskey, scotch, tequila, gin. I don't know what the fuck you drink these days, but whatever it is, you need to stop drinking it because you're out of your fucking tits. There is no way, no how, fucking Lions win this game. No way.
All right, okay.
I'm calling it right now.
We'll see. We will see. I think we both like them to stay within the 11.5. But like I said, I do not like anything that I saw against the Saints. And for that to be week 1, for that to be how you come out of the season.
You really think that's how he's going to be? Like that's what you think?
I think there's a chance.
That's what you think he is this year?
I think there's a chance just by he's such a fucking cocky, all about himself, whatever's best for me type of guy. I don't need football. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I was 50-50 to retire. I don't give a shit. I'll stay in California. I'll go fucking host Jeopardy. I don't give a fuck. I don't like that. And if it doesn't sound like he's all in, man, doing Pat McAfee show every fucking week, I don't know if I like that, man. I don't think he's in the right headspace. I don't understand why LaFleur doesn't run the fucking football. I don't know. I think there's something up with Green Bay. I really do. And we'll see. Detroit's a perfect team to fuck with them. Detroit is not in Atlanta, a soft-ass fucking team that can't do anything about it. Detroit is not the Chicago Bears this year. It ain't one of those fucking teams, the Minnesota Vikings. Detroit's got some balls, and they got balls. And Goff, like I said, generally plays the Packers well. I will not be shocked. Let's put it that way. All right, baby.
I can see Aaron Rodgers dropping 50 burger on these fuckers.
That's what we would have thought, But we would have thought it would have been 38 to fucking 35, Saints and Packers, and they didn't show up at all. Week 1, and he's just, coming out and saying he doesn't need this shit, and he's 50-50. I don't know, man. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. So here we go. We're gonna stick with those picks. And we're going to see how they come out. Like I said, we finished 10-6, and Scotty finished 8-8 after the first week, which is the toughest week to pick. And we will see if we're doing better this week, week 2. All right, buddy. That was it. That was episode 27. You got anything else to say?
Yeah, real quick. I gotta say this. I didn't have an actual jerk-off of the week, but I got to throw one in there. And I'm going to tell you who it is. It's a personal bias thing. I was saying it all last night like crazy. I went nuts. Taylor Heineke's my jerk-off of the week.
Is it because now I compared him to Romo? Is that why?
No, that's not why. Because this jerk-off, I can't tell you how many times, but especially the fucking the Seals, Ricky Seals touchdown.
Yep.
The guy had fucking 2 guys on him. There was another play. A guy had 2 guys on him. He's throwing them. Every fucking time I see the replay of this guy throwing to either Ricky Seals or fucking Brown, whatever the fuck his name is. McLaurin. McLaurin, I get it. He's the best receiver on the team.
Sure.
But I'm saying everybody else other than McLaurin, throwing the ball all over the place. Everyone's like double teamed, this and that. I look on the fucking replay, and Logan Thomas, who's on my fantasy team, fucking wide open, never targets him. Dude, the play with the Ricky Seals threw him in the corner of the end zone, which was a fucking crazy catch he had to make. It was like fucking 2 guys on him. If you watch that replay, Logan Thomas is sitting in the middle of the end zone alone. No one's around him. By himself. Where the fuck were you going? Go right to fucking Logan Thomas. You fucking with my fantasy,
Don't you know he's on my fantasy team, you fucking asshole?
Come on, you jerk off.
Oh,
it pissed me off.
What are you trying to do?
I was pissed.
Oh, my God. Hey, listen, like I said, I think we got to root for the guy. I mean, you got to love a kid
You just think he's Romo and you want to root for him.
No, you got to. I mean, I hate the fact he's in the division, but you got to love the fact he's undrafted. You got to love the fact that he keeps fucking trying, keeps at it, and whenever he's got the chance, he does some special shit. And the reason why he really reminded me of Romo was that bad fucking interception he threw last night. I mean, if you really think about it, Romo did that shit all the time. He would make you fucking think, I just took this team, down to win fucking 20 games in a row. But yeah, then the 21st game, he's leading you down, and then he throws this bonehead interception. It's like, that's what he does. It was unbelievable they came back and won with the kicking and everything at the end. But Heineke, man, I think he could be something special, and hopefully Rivera doesn't hold him down. But, all right, man, so episode 28 will be, of course, after the Sunday games, after week 2. We're going to hit you guys with the recap of week 2, and we're going to get it out to you quicker than we did this week. But that's it for me, and I can't wait for week 2. Scotty, you got a game of the week that you can't wait for?
Game of the week? I mean, it's got to be Kansas City, Baltimore.
Baltimore, yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think
that's it for me.
That's the one I really would have loved to have seen if Baltimore was fucking 100%. But honestly, and I hate to say this shit because, I can't stand them. I really do. I want to see what happens with this San Fran Philly game.
That's my other big game. San Fran Philly's gonna be a great game.
I really do. I want to see what happens there because it could go either way. But I feel like I'm on the Hurts bandwagon. So we'll see. I fucking hate saying that. But that's it, baby. For Rocco B and for Scotty G, we will see you on the other side of week 2. See you later and sayonara.
Adios.